Hacker Summer Camp is almost here. Maybe you've heard people talking about DEF CON, Black Hat, BSides Las Vegas, Hacker Jeopardy, BadgeLife, LineCon, Villages, Malort, weird radios, and people wearing enough blinking electronics to light up a small apartment. And maybe you're also asking the question, why the hell does Chief have all that crap around his neck? We'll talk about that. But maybe you've also seen the photos or the memes. Maybe you've heard somebody say DEF CON is canceled. Maybe you are looking at all this and, thinking, what the hell is Hacker Summer Camp? Why do thousands of cybersecurity people spend an absurd amount of money to go to Las Vegas in August in the middle of the heat of summer? Why is everyone carrying radios? Why are people lining up for badges that look like Game Boys, arcade machines, animals, or tiny computers? Why does this seem to be half cybersecurity conference, half hacker festival, half family reunion, and why does Chief not know that that adds up to 1.5 and somehow also a full-blown social experiment? And why do people keep coming back every year? That is what this video is about. Hacker Summer Camp is Black Hat, BSides Las Vegas, DEF CON, Toxic Barbecue, Villages, CTFs, BadgeLife, StickerCon, parties, weird art, hacker culture, Radio Fox hunts, live game shows, hallway conversations, and thousands of people who are deeply passionate about technology, privacy, hacking, creativity, and whatever strange project they have been building at 2 in the morning. For a lot of people, their first time is overwhelming as hell. Now, before we jump in, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, catch me live on stream, follow me across all my socials, and join the community on Discord and Matrix. All of my links are down below, including where I stream, my social accounts, Discord, Matrix, Mastodon, and everything else I use to keep everyone updated on cybersecurity, Linux Home Labs, radio, Hacker Summer Camp, and whatever fresh chaos is happening that week in my ADHD mind. So, people hear DEF CON and immediately imagine they need a burner phone, 6 laptops, Faraday bag, a tactical backpack, and enough paranoia to survive the apocalypse. You do not. You just need to be prepared, not paranoid. The biggest first-timer mistake is not bringing the wrong laptop or missing the talk. It is trying to do all of it. You cannot do all of it, and neither can anyone else. You are going to miss talks. You are going to hear about a party after it happened. You are going to find a village on Sunday and wish you had spent more time there. You are going to see a badge that sold out before you knew it existed. That is normal. Hacker Summer Camp is not a checklist you complete. It is a community experience. So, for anyone new to DEF CON panics, you need to understand one of the oldest jokes in the community. DEF CON is canceled. Every year. It is on the website, people repeat it, I even get in on the joke, some of my friends do. Some new people see it, do not verify anything, and genuinely believe DEF CON is not happening. Then they miss out because they trusted one joke instead of checking official information. And that, in itself, is part of the joke. And honestly, it is a very DEF CON joke. We are a community built around verification, skepticism, research, and not blindly trusting the first thing we see online. Before you cancel a hotel, skip buying a badge, change a flight, or tell everybody DEF CON is over, verify the information, check official DEF CON sources, official event accounts, Hacker Tracker, the forums, and more than one trusted source. The DEF CON is canceled part is the joke. Welcome to Hacker Culture. So, Black Hat, BSides, and DEF CON. Hacker Summer Camp is bigger than DEF CON. It is the entire Las Vegas ecosystem around Black Hat, BSides, Las Vegas, and DEF CON. Community gatherings, vendor parties, badge life, and whatever strange thing somebody decides to organize in a hotel hallway at 2 in the morning. Black Hat is the enterprise side. It has expensive trainings, vendor halls, executive events, sales teams, product launches, researchers, and a lot of people whose employers are paying the bill. I want to be honest about my own perspective, though. I do not plan to go to Black Hat. Probably ever, unless an employer sends me. That is not because Black Hat has no value. If work sends you, absolutely take advantage of it. Take the training, attend the briefings, meet the vendors, get the CPEs, and network. But Black Hat is not where I would personally spend my own money. For the cost of one Black Hat ticket, I can pay for DEF CON, BSides, of hotel room, food, water, groceries, probably still have enough left to buy some badge life. Now, a lot of practitioners I know who have attended Black Hat through work have said something similar. They may enjoy a specific training, vendor parties, or getting hands-on with enterprise tools, but very few of them have come back saying, I cannot wait to spend my own money and do that again. One of my friends went for the first time because work sent him. He spent part of the one day there, then came back to BSides. He jokingly offered to lend his Black Hat badge to anyone who wanted to use it, and nobody took him up on it. Obviously, do not share credentials. The point is simply that, in my circle, people were more excited to be at BSides than DEF CON. A huge reason I lean towards B-Sides is, well, the community. My friend groups, my wider circle, and the people I spend Hacker Summer Camp with are more likely to be on the B-Sides and DEF CON side than the Black Hat side. That is where the conversations happen and where people are paying their own way because they care enough about the community to be there. This is not me saying corporate events are bad. Corporate conferences can be valuable, especially when your employer pays for them. Send me to Black Hat, vendor training, or the enterprise conference with the expensive ticket, business meetings, and vendor hall. That makes sense. For community events like B-Sides, DEF CON, local DEF CON groups, and regional security events, I'm okay paying my own way. I just do not think employees should be punished by having to burn PTO for events that make them better at their job. That was a frustration at my last job, and one reason why I appreciate my current one. Employer sponsorship is great, but the baseline should be recognizing that community involvement, local groups' technical curiosity, and professional growth have real value. I will get much deeper into that in the updated version of my ISSA talk that I am recording for YouTube, because that is a talk I actually did in real life, and it is a conversation a lot of you should be having for your bosses. I'll have that optimized for YouTube. No ETA. Hopefully it'll be out here sometime after this video. But the short version is this. Black Hat leans heavily corporate. B-Sides leans heavily community. DEF CON straddles in the middle. DEF CON has sponsors, they have vendors, recruiters, enterprise teams, and plenty of business happening, but it is still driven by hacker culture, villages, art, experimentation, weird projects, learning, and people showing up because they genuinely care about the community. Then from everything I have heard, I have the Chaos Communication Congress in Germany on the other end of that spectrum. CCC is something I genuinely hope to experience someday. It sounds deeply community-driven, more anti-corporate in spirit, and built around hacker culture, digital rights, privacy, creativity, activism, research, and people making things. Incredible things at that, too. Honestly, that sounds like an event I would probably love. I would not mind another trip to Germany and getting to meet more people in the European hacker community either. Now, B-Sides runs alongside Black Hat. It is not simply the conference before DEF CON. It is the community side of Hacker Summer Camp that grew beside Black Hat. The name is a play on the B-side of a record. Black Hat is the polished enterprise conference. B-Sides is, well, the B-side. We have community, collaboration, strange ideas, great talks, first-time speakers, CTFs, pool parties, projects, career advice, and people who may not have a corporate budget. That is why so many of us love B-Sides, and B-Sides is now international. They are in so many different countries. I have one local to me, and there was another in a city also an hour away from me. You'd be surprised. Look it up in your area. You probably have one near you. But BSides Las Vegas is the OG and the largest. You can attend an amazing talk, meet someone in a hallway, end up at a party, and spend 3 hours talking to a stranger about their home lab, research project, radio setup, obscure Linux distribution, or the weird thing they were building in their garage. B-Sides is approachable. It is a great way to ease into Hacker Summer Camp before DEF CON turns everything up to 11. That's a Spinal Tap reference if you don't get it. Sky Talks is also part of the B-Sides experience. It is an off-the-record space for cutting-edge research, uncomfortable conversations, vendor criticism, strange stories, and material that speakers may not want clipped or thrown onto social media, such as political dissidents, malware compromises, people have obscured their identities, stuff like that. It gets deep in there. I mean, respect the rules. Follow the current entry process. Put away your phone, turn off your watch, bring your pen and paper, and do not test the room. Some of the best things you hear at Hacker Summer Camp may be the things that you never get to replay. And Sky Talks, just so you know, pen and paper only, all electronics off. Now, learn to book early and plan lightly. Book your hotel early. Do not wait until DEF CON week and then act shocked when prices are awful or the hotel you wanted is gone. A lot of regulars book at least 6 months ahead. Some rebook next year's room while checking out from the current year. I booked my DEF CON hotel back in January because that is what you do once you have watched Vegas pricing get stupid. Compare official hotel blocks, resort fees, monorail access, walking distance, and parking, but be realistic about where you will spend your time. Some people stay in one hotel for the full week. Other people, including me, sometimes switch hotels between B-Sides and DEF CON. Staying near Tuscany for B-Sides and closer to the LVCC for DEF CON can make sense if you are willing to move once. And coordinate with friends early. Splitting a room or suite can save money, make grocery runs easier, and give you built-in people to walk with or check in after a long night. And don't be so worried about, well, I need my privacy. You will literally only be in your hotel room to change clothes, shower, and go to sleep. You're not really going to be hanging around in your hotel room more, unless you have like a bunch of people with you. You'll be at a pool party or something. But yeah, do a grocery run. Vegas will gladly take every dollar you bring if you buy every bottle of water, breakfast, snack, electrolyte drink, and meal from a hotel, shop, or casino bar. Seriously, like $4 or $5 a bottle of water down there. Get water, electrolytes, snacks, simple breakfast food, and something that is not casino food at 1 in the morning. If someone has a rental car, split a Costco, Target, Walmart, or grocery store run. A shared rental car can also help with airport logistics, off-strip food, toxic barbecue, supply runs, and events outside the usual tourist area. Just designate drivers, do not drink and drive, and do not mix alcohol with firearms. That'll come up with the DEF CON unofficial shoot. So, cash, Hacker Tracker, and LineCon. DEF CON is still cash friendly. Vendors and BadgeLife creators may take cards, but cash is useful for registration, art, food, events, donations, and the random thing you discover Friday that you did not plan to buy but suddenly need. Do not make convention area ATMs your financial plan. They can and will be drained, go down, or get expensive. Get cash before you arrive, bring enough for your expected spending, and split it up intelligently. Cash is not an invisibility cloak. Hotels, phones, travel systems, apps, cameras, and social media all create data exhaust. It is simply one reasonable privacy choice. But just remember, if you don't pre-register your DEF CON badge, it is only cash at the door for the badge. Now, get Hacker Tracker and actually use it. Save talks, favorite village events, mark parties, check maps, and use it to answer, what should I do now? That is your most useful application. It's for iOS and Android. But do not treat your schedule like a prison. Build 3 categories: must do, will do, and happy to replace if something cooler happens. That is how DEF CON works. You may have a talk planned. Then someone tells you something cooler. About a live hardware demo, a fox hunt, a badge challenge, a village CTF, a party, or a person you absolutely need to meet. Thursday often starts with LineCon. That is the DEF CON tradition of waiting in line for badges, merch, workshops, popular village activities, and whatever else people decide is worth waiting for. Most of the con, though, is not available, though, on Thursday. State of Duplication Village and getting your badge merch and workshops. But LineCon is not wasted time. It is one of the easiest places to meet people. Talk to the person in front of you, ask what villages they are excited about, what badges they bought, whether it is their first DEF CON, or what weird hardware they are carrying. Follow the goons, the staff. Read the signs and ask questions. The fastest way to waste an hour is standing in the wrong line because you assumed every line was for the same thing. Now, most attendees have the human badge. You'll see on the badge, it'll say human. An inhuman badge is a working credential for people helping run the conference, such as goons, speakers, village staff, contest staff, and organizers. It is not a VIP pass. It is not a fast pass. You don't get to be better than anyone else just because you have an inhuman badge. It just means you get access when, the con is normally closed because you have to get in to do some work. This year, I may get an inhuman badge, though, through the call center village because I will be helping with setup. That means work, not a secret fast pass around the conference. Toxic barbecue, workshops, and data duplication. Thursday is also Toxic Barbecue. It is an unofficial DEF CON welcome party and community cookout where hackers, noobs, radio people, old friends, and random weirdos gather outdoors to start Hacker Summer Camp together. It is famous because it is not corporate, it is community built. People bring food, drinks, supplies, projects, donations, and themselves. Bring water, sunscreen, and something useful. Check the current details before you go because unofficial events can move or change. Now, for workshops, do not assume you know the process. Registration, token drops, capacity, and entry rules can change every year. Follow current official instructions, and if you get into something, show up. Do not register for a limited workshop you are not going to attend. There are always people who genuinely wanted that spot. Last year, a bunch of workshops were basically empty because people reserved workshops and didn't even show up not only to DEF CON for the workshop, but many of them didn't even come to Vegas. So the rumor is they're going to possibly be changing up that process to be similar to Side Talk token drops. But the data duplication village is also another DEF CON experience. So, this is my collection. You bring an approved drive, you hand it over, you get an enormous archive of offline talks, history, research, and other material copied onto it. There are 5 8-terabyte drive options, well, 6 to 8. You can find plenty of content online through sources like Infocon, but the Village is still a convenient and fun way to build an offline archive. Check the current drive requirements, bring it early, label it properly, keep your ticket, and remember to pick it up, or they will thank you for your donation to the Data Duplication Village. But you have 5 hard drives. 1 is Infocon, 3 are password lists, word lists, and hash tables that you can use. The 5th one is VX Underground for malware research. That is free and available. Just bring your drive and do it first thing. Now, BadgeLife and StickerCon. BadgeLife is huge at DEF CON. The official badge is your admission. It is also art, a puzzle, a collectible, and sometimes a hardware platform. Then you have the BadgeLife world, as you saw earlier. Electronic art badges, CTF badges, party entry badges, RF badges, SAOs, shitty add-ons, weird puzzles, tiny games, and hardware projects that people have poured months of work into. A lot of the coolest badges are pre-order only. Some sell out before you ever get to Las Vegas. Some are pickup only, some have CTFs, some get you into a party, some are art, some are useful tools, and some are just cool as hell. This is why you need to follow BadgeLife creators before the conference. Watch the spreadsheets, Discord, Mastodon, Blue Sky, and Village announcements. Do not wait until Thursday morning to discover the thing you wanted is sold out in May. Before I have even headed to DEF CON 34, I already have several badges ordered. Some look cool, some have CTFs, and some are part of the actual experience or entry into an event. You are not just buying an object. You may be supporting a student, artist, first-time hardware maker, person building a portfolio, or creator trying to fund their trip. Now, StickerCon is something that is equally real. Bring stickers if you have them. They do not need to be expensive or professionally branded. They can represent your channel, project, local group, handle, or some dumb joke you wanted to share. And bring Ziploc bags. You are going to get more stickers than you expect, and you will not always have somewhere to put them. I learned that lesson, that's why they all have bags. Bring 1 bag for stickers you're giving out, another one for you to receive, and 1 for patches, cards, or little hardware things. It keeps everything from being crushed at the bottom of your backpack. In fact, maybe just get a whole box of gallon bags while you're going to get the groceries. Use designated sticker walls and approved spaces. At Call Center Village, you will be welcome to sticker the telephone booth, which is going to become beautiful chaos. Do not slap stickers on random property. Now, villages, agency, and the culture. DEF CON villages are community built, but they are not random pop-ups inside the convention center. Villages have to be approved and operate within DEF CON's rules, space, logistics, and event policies. That is why DEF CON is not completely top-down. But it is also not totally decentralized chaos. It is a mix. DEF CON leans hard into American hacker culture, misfits, miscreants, weird projects, late-night parties, larger-than-life personalities, and people building things that probably should not exist. There is a lot of old hacker lore and mythology around the event, including people like John McAfee. But DEF CON has also matured. It has been around for more than 30 years. People who attended in the early days now have careers, families, and kids who are old enough to experience technology, maker culture, and hacking with them. There are noob events, career resources, safer spaces, villages designed to teach, and communities for beginners, researchers, artists, students, parents, and people who simply want to understand technology better. That is why I say DEF CON is a mix of something for everyone. The theme for DEF CON 34 is agency. That is about self-determination and how we use technology, choosing tools intentionally, understanding what you rely on, building alternatives, and not passively handing your choices over to whatever company wants your data, attention, money, or control. That fits self-hosting, privacy tools, radio, open source, building your own hardware, and learning how systems work. It also fits the broader culture of DEF CON. People from different backgrounds, skill levels, identities, interests, fashion styles, and life experiences coming together because they want more agency over the technology shaping their lives. For me personally, DEF CON is one of the few times every year where I can be around a large group of people who completely get me. I can show up with radio gear, weird Linux devices, or, Sudra over here, hacker clothing, badges, stickers, and a backpack full of things that would look ridiculous almost anywhere else. At DEF CON, people are not confused. They want to know what it does, how you built it, and whether they can see it, and even if they can do it themselves. People use DEF CON as one of the few times they can fully express themselves. They dress how they want, show off their projects, lean into their culture, and wear the outfit they would never wear at work. I am doing that this year. I lost 6 inches off my waist and now can fit into a size 34 again, so I ordered myself some new cyberpunk goth, old school hackers style pants as a celebration. DEF CON is one of the few places where that is not only normal, it is probably going to start a conversation. There is a real art and fashion side to DEF CON too. I regularly wear DEF CON shirts as you've seen on stream, hoodies, and jackets because they fit my style. The designs are genuinely cool and they are equally good, actually good quality. The badges are art, the stickers are art, the clothing is art, the weird installations are art, the hardware people build is art, the way people dress can be art. I may even get a DEF CON holiday sweater this year, because apparently I am now at the age where a hacker-themed holiday sweater sounds completely reasonable. So, for you beginners, let's talk about the Lonely Hackers Club and the call center village for you. If you are coming alone or worried you will not know anyone, put Lonely Hackers Club on your list. The Lonely Hackers Club started as a way for people attending DEF CON alone to meet other like-minded people. They have a noob guide, meetups, a community room, an all-skills CTF, communication resources, Meshtastic guidance, and resume reviews. Go say hello, hang out, join a meetup, try the CTF, and ask questions. That is exactly what communities like this are for. And this year, I will also be around at the call center village a lot. It has social engineering and telecom-focused activities, including the escalation desk CTF, where you work through AI agents and try to reach a human operator. That is not the kind of thing that is the kind of thing villages really do best. You are not just listening to someone talk. You are doing something, testing yourself, learning, meeting people, and having a story afterward. DEF CON has communities inside the larger community. You've got BadgeLife, StickerCon, QueerCon, FurCon, GothCon, radio people, lockpick people, cyberdeck people, people who show up to party, people who show up to teach, and people who show up because this is one of the few places where they truly feel at home. You can find your people here. Maybe that is a queer community event, a furry meetup, a goth hacker party, a radio group, people trading stickers, or ShabbatCon. For me, ShabbatCon matters because it creates a place for a Jewish attendee from around the world to gather or during Hacker Summer Camp for Shabbat meals, prayer, community, and observance. That is part of what makes DEF CON special. You do not have to fit one stereotype to belong there. Noob or veteran, gay, straight, bi, ace, trans, Jewish, Christian, Muslim, atheist, pagan, or anything else, you are welcome. Let your freak flag fly. Now, let's talk about health, hydration, and, well, not dying in Vegas. The unofficial DEF CON survival rule is 3-2-1. 3 hours of sleep, 2 meals a day, and 1 shower every day. Some people amend that to 4, as in 4 beers and then the rest, but that is the minimum, not the goal. You will walk a ridiculous amount. You will go from desert heat to convention center, air conditioning, then a hotel, then a village party, then somehow it is 3 in the morning and somebody says there's another event across town. Wear comfortable shoes. Break them in before the trip. Bring extra socks, blister supplies, any medicine you need, water, electrolytes, and something light for the freezing convention center AC. I personally use a 511 Rush 12 backpack with a hydration pack because I can carry water, batteries, radios, notes, stickers, and a light jacket without carrying a massive bag. You do not need my exact setup. You just need something you can comfortably carry all day. Do not treat alcohol, caffeine, or sugary drinks as hydration. My rule is roughly 1 glass of water for every alcoholic drink. You do not need alcohol to enjoy Hacker Summer Camp or make friends. But if you are 21 and choose to drink, eat food, drink water, pace yourself, and do not mix alcohol with driving or range activities with the DEF CON unofficial shoot. Yes, I know, Europeans, drinking age is 21 in America. We get it. We are behind the times on a lot of things. Yeah. Another discussion for another time. But there is also a very real chance of catching con crud. Airports, planes, packed rooms, hotels, and parties are all great places to spread things around. So I'm asking the airport, even if it's just with the Sudra, carry sanitizer and bring the supplements I already use. None of that is magic. Sleep, food, hydration, hygiene, and staying home when you are actually sick matter more. Prepare for Vegas like a desert and a refrigerator at the same time. Yeah, maybe outside in brutal heat, then inside the LVCC wishing you had a hoodie or a layer. And now, I wear a Sudra because it connects to my Moroccan Sephardi Jewish heritage, but it is also practical, it is light, it is breathable, and useful for sun, wind, dust, sweat, and cold AC. I may even lean harder into this year with my Moroccan roots with a kaftan or jalabia at a pool party, because that thing is just so comfortable when I was in Morocco. But you do not need to copy my style. Wear what makes you comfortable. DEF CON is one of the best places on earth to show up as yourself. Now, let's discuss Wi-Fi, devices, and not overdoing the paranoia. You do not need 6 laptops or a ridiculous cyberdeck to attend DEF CON. Most people show up with normal laptops, ThinkPads, MacBooks, older gaming laptops, tablets, and whatever weird device fit their hobbies. For most people, a Core i5 or Ryzen 5 laptop with 16 gigabytes of RAM and enough SSD space for the tools you need is plenty. Paranoia is a perfectly reasonable, clean environment for CTFs, workshops, labs, and general conference experimenting. Bring devices that make sense for your actual workflow. This year, I will likely bring my Paranoia laptop and iPad Air. The laptop handles full tooling and labs. The iPad handles notes, schedules, maps, talks, reading, and lighter tasks. Make sure your batteries are healthy. Bring charging cables, a battery bank, and maybe a compact power strip. Hotel outlets are never where you want them, and never as many as you want them. On Wi-Fi, do not act like DEF CON automatically means somebody is stealing your bank account info the moment you connect. Use the official secure network instructions, unique credentials, certificate validation, MFA, a password manager, and normal public network hygiene. So don't do anything in there you wouldn't do in a cafe already, and you'll be fine. Do not automatically join random Wi-Fi. Do not click through certificate warnings. Do not reuse passwords. Do not scan random or QR codes or blindly install something. That is not a special DEF CON paranoia. That is what you should already be doing at airports, hotels, coffee shops, and other public places. So, my first DEF CON, I overdid it. I left my personal phone, the iPhone, Apple Watch, and main laptop at home. I bought a separate graphene phone and my Cubes laptop, and then cut myself off from my half my normal accounts, MFA workflows, entertainment, and communication. I was secure, but I was also miserable. I could not easily access bank accounts or streaming services. I had to pre-download Stargate SG-1, Futurama, and Burn Notice because I had locked myself out of normal life so aggressively that I had to plan my own entertainment. I was even putting nail polish on cables so I could identify them and tamper evidence seals over my SIM tray. Then I went to Tamper Evident Village and watched people explain how to defeat seals without leaving a trace. That is DEF CON humor in a nutshell. I am not making fun of people who overprepare. I was that person. But there is a balance between reasonable security and hardening yourself into a corner. Today, I still use a separate Graphene OS DEF CON phone. I still use Cubes. I still care about compartmentalization, but I can communicate with friends, access what I need, and enjoy the event. Prepare, protect yourself, but do not let fear make the experience smaller. I actually knew a coworker who once flew all the way to DEF CON and only stayed in one village all 3 days. They didn't even fly in with their own phone, so I couldn't hit them up and tell them about all the parties and all the other things I was doing. It was a miserable experience for them compared to what I had. Also, do not loudly say any sensitive information in public. Sometimes the biggest privacy problem is not a rogue access point. It is somebody standing 3 feet away while you read out account details, work secrets, travel plans, or personal information into your phone. Happens all the time when I'm traveling. I can hear a lot of people's PII. Treat DEF CON like any public space. Be aware of what you say and what is on your screen. Now, privacy, the range events, and some gadgets. DEF CON culture it takes privacy seriously. Inside conferences, villages, workshop rooms, and official event spaces get permission before filming or photographing people. If someone is in the background, get permission, crop them out, blur them, or do not publish the footage. I intentionally use camera angles that avoid catching random attendees whenever possible. Outside, formal event areas, things may be more relaxed depending on the setting, but read the room, ask first, and respect people who do not want to be documented. The unofficial DEF CON shoot is a separate event from DEF CON. If you go, treat it like a real range event, not a costume party or a place to flex. Be sober, follow the range rules, be legally eligible, and understand that firearms safety is serious. If you're flying with a firearm or tools, check current TSA rules, airline rules, hotel policies, Nevada law, and the laws where you are traveling from and through. You are allowed to also go and use any of these firearms, even if you're not an American citizen, as long as you are of age and pay the fee. So, it's a great place for a lot of people who don't have access to firearms to be able to handle them. Do not rely on a TikTok video or somebody's old Reddit post for travel rules. Check the actual current policy. The vendor area is dangerous to your wallet. You will see lockpicks, radios, antennas, flipper zeros, hacker hardware, custom cyberdecks, electronics kits, weird cables, art, patches, stickers, shirts, tools, and things that make you say, I do not need this, but this is incredibly cool. Enjoy it, but set a budget. Support artists and small makers. Buy things that will help you learn or genuinely excite you. Do not buy a bag full of hardware because you think owning a gadget is the same as knowing how to use it. The best reason to buy hacker hardware is because it inspires you to learn. Now let's talk about a very important thing. Talk to people. This is the most important part of the video. Talk to people. Talk to the person in LineCon. Talk to someone next to you before a village talk. Talk to the person with the glowing badge, weird antenna, cool sticker, homemade cyberdeck, or outfit that makes you wonder where they got it. Talk to the person sitting alone who looks like they are trying to figure out what to do next. You never know who you are going to meet. They may be a student, researcher, creator, hacker, artist, radio nerd, engineer, lockpicker, hardware builder, or somebody who works in a role you want someday. You may even luck out and find somebody who has a job opportunity for you. It's not generally the place where that's going to happen, but it can happen. Every year, my DEF CON friend group grows. This year, I have close to 24 friends already confirmed to be there. That did not happen because I stayed in a hotel room watching the mainstream. It happened because I went to B-sides, went to villages, went to parties, joined discords, traded stickers, stood in lines and said hello, joined local groups, and one year some friends and I were hanging out in LineCon before a talk, and we met a guy with what we assumed was an incredibly good homemade dead mouse helmet. He was passing it around, letting people wear it, buying drinks, and talking with us about game development, retro gaming, and music hardware. After DEF CON, interviews started appearing online, and we realized it was actually dead mouse. We had hung out and drank with dead mouse, and didn't realize it was dead mouse until afterwards. That is DEF CON. You may be talking to someone famous, you may be talking to the person who wrote a tool you use at work, you may be talking to your next friend. I've talked to the Meshtastic developers among a few others. Go to some parties. You do not need to destroy yourself trying to attend every party event. But go to village parties, community mixers, and meetups that fit your interests. Ask before taking photos. Respect boundaries. Do not dox people. Be weird. Be yourself. Be excited. And also, be decent and be excellent to each other. So, DEF CON is overwhelming. That is okay. You are going to miss things. You are going to make bad schedule choices. You are going to get distracted by something much cooler than what you had originally planned. That is part of the experience. Do not treat Hacker Summer Camp like a productivity contest. Treat it like a community experience. Book early. Coordinate with friends. Do a grocery run. Bring cash. Use Hacker Tracker. Bring water, electrolytes, comfortable shoes, a light layer, stickers, and a radio, if that is your thing. Use basic account security. Respect people's privacy. Talk to people. Go to parties. Make friends. Leave room for the weird, unexpected moments that become the stories you remember most. If this guide helped, make sure you like the video, subscribe, catch me live on stream, follow me across all my socials, and join the community on Discord and Matrix. All of those links are in the description below. That is where we will be tracking DEF CON updates, BadgeLife villages, radio plans, parties, call center village, and all the last-minute Hacker Summer Camp chaos. I will be around Call Center Village, hanging out with friends, bouncing around community events, experimenting with radios and mesh networks, probably carrying entirely too much gear, and possibly offering optional Malort shots at an appropriately 21+ event. Come say hi, see you at Hacker Summer Camp, and as always, Happy hacking!